46 is brought to you by Dr. George Leeks, Pahrumps optometrist since 1990, offering full-spectrum eye care for children and adults. Call today, 727-8300. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Tonight on News 46, a shooting suspect is captured. 3 young people rob a convenience store, and an Idaho murder suspect and accomplice are found in Pahrump. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Monday, November 28th, 2016. We hope you had a wonderful holiday weekend. I'm Deanna O'Donnell for News 46. Jack Freeland Allen has been taken into custody. Allen is a suspect involved in a shooting that occurred at Vince Neal's Tatuado Wildside Tavern. Allen has been charged with attempted murder, assault with a deadly weapon, and battery, and other charges following the incident. The Nye County Sheriff's Office has apprehended a suspect in relation to a shooting that occurred over the weekend at Vince Neal's Tatuado Wildside Tavern on Gamebird Road. The shooting happened around 7 a.m. Saturday morning. The suspect, Jack Freeland Allen, was finally located and arrested after he allegedly shot an employee of the bar in the foot. A manhunt was underway after Allen allegedly fled the scene in a lowered Chevy dually pickup truck with 2 dogs in the vehicle. Sheriff Sharon Worley told News 46 that Allen reportedly was partying at Patty's Pub on Pahrump Valley Boulevard all night and then went to Vince Neal's Tatuado. He was asked to leave shortly after arriving, and that's when the altercation began. Police surrounded a home on Almarillo, believing that Allen was inside. It turned out to be the wrong house. How Allen was apprehended is unknown at this time. The victim was transported via Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue to Desert View Hospital and is receiving medical treatment. The victim was transported to Desert View Hospital via Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue ambulance, and he is receiving medical treatment. News 46 spoke to Fire Chief Scott Lewis about the incident.
We were dispatched early the other day for a reported gunshot wound in the area of Gamebird near the Tatuado, and upon arrival we found that it was a gunshot wound sustained to a patient under a foot. We quickly assessed. We determined that they were stable enough to go to our local hospital versus directly to a trauma center, and unsure of the outcome, but it was being investigated by the Sheriff's Office.
And the gunshot wound was through and through, right?
It's my understanding that it was a through and through shot.
This was from a discharged a weapon into the structure, right?
We were notified exactly what the mechanism was. Our responsibility was to treat the patient who was located outside of the structure.
And 3 young people have been arrested following an armed robbery at Horizon Market last night. At approximately 6 p.m. last night, the Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies and detectives were dispatched to Horizon Market on Highway 372 and Bowling Street for a report of an armed robbery that had just occurred. According to the store clerk, 2 masked men came inside the store and confronted her with a gun and demanded money from the cash register. The suspect stole cash and merchandise and fled on foot. Although the store clerk was shook up at the time, she was not physically harmed. A third individual who was already in the store at the time of the robbery also is believed to be involved, as he fled with the suspects. During the course of the investigation, detectives identified one of the suspects as 21-year-old Lucas Marshall Partain of Pahrump. Detectives processed the scene for evidence and obtained video surveillance of the robbery. During the ongoing investigations, they identified and located Lucas Marshall Partain as a conspirator during the robbery, as well as a 17-year-old minor who was with the 2 robbers. Both were placed into custody. The third suspect involved in this crime was identified as Joseph Thomas Nelson of Pahrump. Joseph Thomas Nelson was located and arrested as well. Partain and Nelson were booked into the Nye County Sheriff's Office Detention Center and are being held on the bail amount of $55,640 each. The 17-year-old minor suspect was turned over to the Nye County Sheriff's Office Juvenile Probation Department. His identity will not be released because he is a minor at this time. All have been charged with robbery with a deadly weapon, conspiracy to commit robbery, burglary while in possession of a gun or a deadly weapon, and petty larceny. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46. And an Idaho family is breathing a sigh of relief after the person who is believed to have murdered their loved one and buried her in the basement of her own home has been caught. Jeremy White and Deanna were taken into custody during a felony stop here in Pahrump in relation to a murder that occurred in Idaho Falls, Idaho earlier this month. 48-year-old Christine Caldwell's body was found buried in the basement of her home after she was reportedly missing for some time. Her boyfriend, Jeremy White, was a suspect in the case and reportedly fled Idaho. 39-year-old Jeremy James White from Idaho Falls, Idaho, was taken into custody by the Nye County Sheriff's Office on a second-degree homicide warrant. The Nye County Sheriff's Office was notified by investigators in Idaho that White was possibly visiting family members here in Pahrump and was wanted for murder in their state. The Nye County Sheriff's Office subsequently began assisting Idaho authorities in attempting to locate White. On Friday morning, detectives observed White's vehicle leaving a residence here in Pahrump. In a coordinated effort between the Nye County Sheriff's Office and patrol deputies, a felony traffic stop was conducted on the vehicle in the area of Mount Charleston and Red Butte Streets. White was taken into custody without incident and booked in the Nye County Sheriff's Office Detention Center. The female passenger, who was also in that 2004 Jeep Cherokee with Jeremy White, was taken into custody. 49-year-old Deanna is being charged with accessory to a felony from an arrest warrant out of Idaho. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46. More local news after the break.